Welcome to the future! Welcome to Classic Game Room, and odds are if you're watching this show, you're at least somewhat familiar with a futuristic racing game series called F-Zero. Let's take a look at F-Zero Maximum Velocity for the Game Boy Advance, which was a launch title in 2001. Choose your ship, choose your race. F-Zero is the futuristic racing game series found primarily on Nintendo consoles, which began in 1990 on the Super Nintendo, or 91 for the US audience. This is the handheld version, which runs fabulously on the Game Boy Advance. And that was a lousy start, but it's okay, I'll get them back. These days, with all of the advances and changes in mobile and handheld gaming, there's just something fun about going back to the Game Boy Advance era, where there's a wealth of games that cost next to nothing, that offer full-size game experiences which resemble early PlayStation titles, and pack hours of gaming-on-the-go enjoyment. And while F-Zero Maximum Velocity may be nothing fancy, it's that simplicity that keeps the focus on track memorization and racing. This is a fun game, albeit a little bit visually bland. The graphics and sound give you a nice sense of speed in this game, and the environments make it seem like you're racing all over the future, but you know how it is in this series. If you take your eyes off the road to admire the scenery, you explode and die. And then you lose because you're dead. F-Zero Maximum Velocity couldn't be any simpler. You turn, you can air brake left or right. You can only take so much damage before your ship explodes. And yes, there is the standard collection of vehicles ranging from faster and weaker to slower and stronger. Like the rest of the F-Zero series, this game requires you to put some time into it and memorize the tracks. Frequently, you have to turn before you even see the turn. If you don't know where you're going, you'll crash and explode, which will make your futuristic alien robot hybrid parents very sad. This is a really fun game, and technically you could play F-Zero Maximum Velocity while you're racing in real futuristic combat races, like F-Zero, except you'll probably crash and explode because you won't be paying attention, which will also make your futuristic alien robot hybrid parents very sad. But that's okay, they can just build another kid. You really want to avoid hitting all of the walls and other vehicles like I'm doing, but to be honest, I haven't memorized all the tracks yet. It's explodey fun learning, though. Just let your alien robot parents know beforehand you're going to need a lot of extra U's. Also, pay attention to the nice-looking backgrounds in this game. Simple, but effective in conveying your future space location somewhere. There's really no fun in editing together clips where I win, because the explosions look fabulous in F-Zero Maximum Velocity. Come on, you can do it! You can win! You're a winner! Think positively. Or not. Maybe it's easier just to crash and restart this race. Why not, when cloning is free? For the price of a fancy cup of coffee, you can be enjoying F-Zero Maximum Velocity on your Game Boy Advance or Nintendo DS if it plays Game Boy Advance games, and have a great time racing in the future! Mom, Dad, better clone a few extra me's. I've got some track memorization to do. What's that? That burning pile of wreckage smells like people! It's people! Maximum velocity! That's fun.